Okay, so we started integer exponents. We're going to finish integer exponents today. You should have already labeled page 85 integer exponents. You should have already finished the outside of the integer exponents foldable. Today's video is this foldable from page 85. You're going to be working on the inside of it, but if you did not glue it in yesterday, do that now. It's 14.1 integer exponents on page 85. We're going to work on the inside today, so let's get started on that.
Simplifying means I have just variables. I'm just going to move things around. I might have to change simplify some numbers, some fractions. It doesn't mean I will have to, but it could happen. Alright, my goal is to not have any negative exponents or any zero exponents. I currently have a negative 4 raised to t raised to the negative 4th power. So I want to change this so that I do not have that. So negative 4 is directly related to t. That means t to the 4th moves. I do not have anything left in the numerator, so I'm going to put a 1. So 1 over t to the 4th would be the solution. This, number 14, is similar to number 10 or number 8 from the opposite page over here. Again, if you're doing this by yourself, it's a good idea to pause and think about things before you just watch them happening. So what's actually going on here is we have 3 times r to the negative 5th. 3 does not have a negative exponent, so it is going to stay in the numerator. R has a negative 5 exponent, so that means it is going to change positions. So my solution, my simplification, not solution, is 3 divided by r to the 5th. I like to always start by going ahead and putting a fraction bar. I might not end up using it and I might have to erase it, but 15. This is something we haven't necessarily seen before. That's okay, we can fix that. I have s to the negative 3. S does have a negative exponent directly with it, so it is currently in the numerator. It needs to change positions and go to the denominator so that that 3 can be positive. This is what I mean by we haven't seen this before, and that's we have a negative exponent in the denominator. It is going to need to change positions as well. So if it's currently in the denominator, to make it a positive exponent, it has to go to the numerator. So they changed positions. This one was negative, we changed it to the bottom. This one was negative, we changed it to the top. 16 is our zero exponent rule. Anything to the 0 power is 1. Even in a variable, h to the 0 is 1. The 3 stays the same. Okay. 17. We're looking at every single piece because it starts to get a whole lot here. This is 2 times x to the negative 3rd times y to the negative 2nd all over z to the 4th. We're going to look at every single piece. 2. 2 does not have a negative exponent. Leave it alone. X to the negative 3 has a negative exponent. We are going to bring it and only it down to the denominator. Y to the negative 2 does have a negative exponent, so it was currently in the numerator. It needs to come to the denominator. Okay, I've gotten the entire numerator figured out. Now I'm going to go down to the denominator. Z to the 4th power. There is no negative exponent, so it stays in the denominator. So 2 all over x to the 3rd, y squared, z to the 4th. Number 18. Likewise, I'm going to look at every piece. It's a good idea to pause this video, try this one out. I have 4 times f times g to the negative 5th divided by 5 times h to the negative 3rd. I'm going to work with the numerator first. 4 does not have a negative exponent directly tied to it, so I'm just going to bring it over. It stays in the numerator. F likewise has no negative exponent, so it stays in its current location. G has a negative exponent, so I'm going to bring it down. G to the 5th power is currently in the numerator. Since it has a negative exponent, we want to undo that. We're going to bring it down to the denominator. I've taken care of everything in the numerator. Let's look at the pieces in the denominator. 5 does not have a negative exponent. I'm going to put it back in the denominator. Now I put it in front because that is actually standard form that we're going to talk about later. Put the numbers, then you actually put the variables in alphabetical order. So we're going to put it in front. Alright, and last, h to the negative 3rd. That is a negative exponent. It is in the denominator, so it needs to come to the numerator. And then we are finished. I know we're finished because we don't have any 0 exponents or any negative exponents. That's how you know that you have completely simplified the problems. There are your integer exponent rules.